Sincerely, it feels great to have you join me right here on Voice of the People TV. This is the Sports Ride. My name is Kizuke. Welcome to the show. It is sports time. Let's talk about sports generally. Let's do the show this morning from the former Nigerian international, Austin Igabo, where he believes the current Super Eagles players have the capacity to qualify to win this next year's Africa Cup of the Nation in Ivory Coast. The AFCON will be coming up in January, and that will be a very big game we are really looking for. The Eagles will be looking to land a first AFCON title since 2013 under the late Stephen Keshi. They are in the Group A with that's the host country, Ivory Coast, Guinea-Bissau, Equatorial Guinea for the 23 edition of its kind. As part of the preparation for the tournament, the three-time AFCON winners defeated Mozambique 3-2 and played a 2-2 draw with Saudi Arabia in a double-header international friendly in Portugal. Now, speaking with reports, Ogwavon, who helped Nigeria win the 1994 AFCON, however, said winning the continental showpiece wouldn't come easy. We have been craving to take, to try to get the nations back again. Since 2013, we've not been able to achieve the feat because we know, well, we have the capacity, we have the quality, and we have everything to be able to win it. But to say it's easy to achieve it, it's something, and it's another thing that everybody has to work towards the same goal. Now, supporting the team, which way we can do that? He says support the coaches and the players that have to go a long way and make the job very easy. The race for the 2026 FIFA World Cup ticket will begin in November, with the Eagles hosting Lesotho on March Day 1. And that was the news in the Nigerian side, talking about Austin Igwavon having a word for the Super Eagles. It got me laughing on the show. Reasons are because I want to say that 90%, better word, 90% of Nigerians don't believe in Jose Peseiro. They believe Peseiro does not have what it takes. They say all the time, we have the team, we have the players. We don't have the team, but we have the players. But is Jose Peseiro the right man for the job? It's not a question for today again, because whichever way he took a pay cut, and it means he is the man to take us to Ivory Coast come next year, the Nations Cup. Now, quickly, let's jump on this one now, where we talk about tennis, defending champion. Taylor Fritz won his Japan Open first round match on Tuesday and said he felt motivated and ready to play after lightening his load ahead of the tournament. The American has been one of the best players in the tournament as so far. And you talk about Taylor Fritz. Taylor Fritz also is a very great player in the world of tennis. And anytime you talk about Taylor Fritz, you would understand that he is one man. I know a whole lot of players are really making mark for themselves, but at the moment now we talk about this same man who has made sure everything looks very fly for himself. He said he's ready to go, and he said he feels so motivated with the way things are really going at the moment. So let's get on the news very well. Defending champion Taylor Fritz won his Japan Open first round match on Tuesday and said he felt motivated and ready to play after lightening his load ahead of the tournament. The American has been one of the busiest players of the ATP Tour this season and has taken off his foot off the gas since the US Open, and also appearing only at the Lava Cup and Shanghai Masters. He beat Britain Cameron Norrie 6-4, 6-3 to kick off the defense of Tokyo title, and also said it was probably an advantage that might be less burnt up. World number 10, Taylor Fritz also beat fellow American Francis Tiafoe in last year's Japan Open final and has won 6 career titles. He is the highest ranked American in the world and overcame an early setback to dispatch Norrie in Tokyo opener. And that's for Taylor Fritz. Now, quickly, before we talk about next one, where we got McCrory, Alexander-Arnold, and Mahomes, these ones all-stars coming together to become, to make way for themselves in the world of Formula One. Not just about them alone, one matter also is also involved. You can imagine McCrory from the world of golf, Alexander-Arnold also, who plays football for Liverpool. All of those guys are really coming to invest together in the world of, Formula One. That's for the Alpines. Now, moving on, McCrory, Alexander-Arnold, and Mahomes are amongst sporting stars to join 200 million investors or investment into Formula One team Alpine Racing. Quarterback Mahomes, Kansas City chief teammate Trevor Kelcher, former world heavyweight champion boxer Anthony Joshua, and ex-Manchester United footballer Juan Mata were also part of the group led by investing the firm, and that's just what it is now. So moving on, Hollywood actor Ryan Reynolds, Bob Helney, and Michael B. Jordan were part of the original consortium that brought 24% stake in Alpines in June. Alpine, which is backed by parent company Reynolds, sits sixth in the Formula One Construction Championship with 5 races of the 23 seasons to go. And it's okay to share this with you because if I had, I don't want to say if I had the money. I love to be an investor of this. Coming all the way from what you do, leaving the field of, or leaving the shores of golf, leaving the shores of boxing, leaving the shores of football, and investing. I mean, it's like investing your money in the right place at the right time, and that's exactly what these ones have been doing. Now let's talk about football and say this. Former Super Eagles midfielder Mikel John Obi has described Eden Hazard as the laziest player he has ever seen all his life. And this one came from Mikel Obi, back then when he was having a podcast on Mikel Obi 1, and that's on his podcast video. Now, Mikel said Hazard is the laziest player. Now, going on, Hazard, who recently retired from football internationally, played alongside Mikel Obi for 5 years, where they won the Premier League together, the UEFA Europa League, and the FA Cup. However, in a chat with Obi 1 podcast, the Nigerian international stated that Hazard has a way of winning the man of the match. He is the laziest footballer I have ever seen all my life. But then, come to the weekend, he wins the man of the match award, and then he comes in and shows everyone. He's like, come on guys, you see? So it's about Mikel saying that about Hazard. Well, I think Hazard is his retirement. I would say I'm not a fan of his retirement. He's 32. He won the Champions League with Real Madrid, I understand, but he wasn't an integral part of the team. He played a second fiddle role. He did not play in any of the El Clasico. He had a very bad spell with Madrid. He looked like the next big thing, but never was. And everybody felt like when Hazard made a move from Chelsea to Real Madrid, he was in the right club. But I would say he never lived up to expectations. Reasons are, one is he wasn't really taking care of himself. We know many of the time when the manager has to complain that you're getting fat every time, and he doesn't want to train. He likes to just do the juggle of the run, but he doesn't want to be involved in physical contact or physical, the gym and the rest of that. He feels very lazy. So he had all his way in Chelsea while I was playing for the Blues, but he moved to the Los Blancos, the Galacticos, and never worked out for, Eden Hazard. I'm so sorry his career had to go that way. But his brother said, Togan said, I don't see my brother being involved in anything that has to do with football management or football management or anything that has to do with football scouting and the rest of that. He's now going to be facing home with his family. Now let's get to the next story. This one sounds to be a very bad one, where Brazil forward Neymar left their 2026 World Cup qualifying game against Uruguay in tears. And Neymar got off the pitch yesterday, and that was a bad one. Uruguay won the game. Darwin Núñez with the magic. But for Neymar, he was let off with a stretcher, and that's a blow for Neymar. Brazil forward Neymar left their 2026 World Cup qualifying game against Uruguay in tears on Tuesday after suffering what he appeared to be a serious knee injury. The 31-year-old went down after a tackle from behind by Nicolas de la Cruz in the 44th minute, holding his left leg in pain and calling for medical attention as his teammate looked on, and shortly he left the pitch on the stretcher after receiving treatment for several minutes. Brazil FA sources said Neymar had sustained a severe left knee sprain and that he would undergo tests to determine if there was a ligament damage. It's a bad one for Neymar Jr. I don't know how long this will linger, but for his club, Al Hilal, this is a bad one for Neymar. He never knew it was going to be this way, but he went on the stretcher. But I think I love the love from the Uruguay players and also the Brazilian who were really there for Neymar. Now, next on, let's talk about this one. This one is about the terrorist who believed, the terrorist is believed, right, behind the killing of 2 Swedish fans in Brussels. And that's a very bad one to bring to you now, because that game has been suspended as it stands now. And it means maybe Belgium will be going through. They are okay, but if they go through that phase, it means they would have to find themselves in maybe the part 1 of the Euro qualifying, talk about the group stage. But if it's replayed, then maybe it will be a different case. Now, the terrorists believe behind the killing of 2 Swedish fans in Brussels on Monday, October 16, during the Euro 24 qualifying between Belgium and Sweden at King Pojan Stadium, has reportedly been shot. Now, the suspect, who is believed to be 45-year-old Tunisian extremist simply named Abdesalem, was shot in a cafe in a Schaumburg neighborhood by the police after a manhunt was launched in the Belgian capital. The said man later died from the gunshot injury in a hospital. And Elysees Villain, that was the name, the Interior Minister of Belgium, stated on Tuesday that they have a good news, and they found an individual who was involved in this. But I would want to say that this one is not sounding new or sounding good, but I would love it when the man who did this will be caught and also severely dealt with, and not just mere dealt. Now, away from that, let's talk about Nicolo Fagioli's season is all over. But the Italian Football Federation on Tuesday said the ban for the Juventus player is just for 7 months for gambling offenses, not just 7 months. He will be off the game for 7 months. Now, in a statement by the FIGC, said that Fagioli has been given the ban for betting on football matches, an activity which is forbidden for professional footballers after admitting his guilt and negotiation plea bargain. The FIGC said the Fagioli sentence was officially 12 months, but 5 of those had been commuted into treatment plan centered on combating gambling addiction. Fagioli Nicolo must take part in at least 10 public meetings to be held within 5 months. An amateur sports association and both local association football and gambling are really talking about this. It doesn't sound good. That Fagioli will be out at the moment. We can't see him anymore. I think it's a problem for Juventus for me. They need to work hard to make sure that everything looks very okay, because as it stands now, we know about the Pope. I think it's about Italian, not Juventus now. We talked about Sandro Tonali, talked about Zaniolo, talked about Fagioli. All of these guys are involved in this one, and this doesn't sound good. But now let's talk about classic England. You know, Harry Kane and the time of the day really doing immensely well for the club and the country. Harry Kane is a top scorer. You could say he's the best goal scorer in the world as it stands now. Now let's talk about classic England national team beating Italy 3-1 at Wembley, right, to become the latest country to book a bet at next year's European Championship in Germany. On Tuesday round of qualifier, where the both Hungary also hopes were held by a draw away to Lithuania. Now England and Hungary were the only teams with the opportunity on Tuesday to secure their place at the finals in Germany next June, with Gareth Southgate's team, you know, side coming out of that very, very much clash. And was okay to see them winning that very game. The defeat for Italy led through Gianluca Scamacca, who before England overtook them with 2 goals from their all-time goal scorer, and that's Harry Kane. Also, Michael Rashford leaves the visitors with a precarious 3rd place. Now, it's a good one to share with you that England will be making it to Germany come for the Euro 2024 when it comes to play, and we have to be saying Harry Kane's side. Harry Kane's record is great, 61 goals and 87 caps, I think so, yeah. And that's a record, a stunning record for, you know, Harry Kane, who is in his 30s, but he doesn't play his age. Now, quickly, let's talk about Lionel Messi, one man who we might have seen emerging champion or victorious on the Ballon d'Or 30th October when it comes to play. Lionel Messi proved he's back to full fitness again after scoring both goals in Argentina 2-0 win over Peru in their 26th World Cup qualifying game on Tuesday. Messi, who was included in the squad despite having been sidelined in recent week with a muscle problem, came on as a substitute in Thursday 1-0 win over Paraguay, but was on the pitch from the start of the game in Lima. The 36-year-old puts the world champions ahead in the 32nd minute with a superb shot after an assist from Nicolas Gonzalez, and made it 2-0 10 minutes later with a fast finish from Enzo Fernandez's pass. Messi Lionel was denied a hat-trick in the second half after he had a goal disallowed for offside. Following a VAR review, Argentina now remains top of the CONMEBOL standard with host country Uruguay, on 16 November. They'll be hosting Uruguay on 16 November before taking on Brazil 5 days later. Peru face Bolivia and Venezuela in the next round of qualifying game, and that's just what it is for Messi. So let's say, would Messi win the Ballon d'Or? Would Messi be the Ballon d'Or winner come October 30th at the gala party? We would know. But I got the news to share with you now, where Inter Miami owner and Lionel Messi and family have already booked a ticket that will be taking them to Paris come October 30th, just to know who happens to win a Ballon d'Or. A whole lot of containers, nominees and that. There's also one man making wave, Erling Haaland, but I think his talk seems to be silent. It's been all about Messi on the train. So Messi might be clinching on that Ballon d'Or award. That's come October 30th, and if he gets to win it, he will be the 8th time he have won it to his name, and they will have Ronaldo, who has won it also 5 times. So we'll have players, Johan Cruyff, you know, Marco van Basten, all of them have just won it 3 times. Ronaldo 5, then Messi 7 now, but if he wins it, it will be 8 for Lionel Messi. But don't forget, international football would be on hold at the moment while we venture into club-style football. The biggest game coming from the weekend on Saturday would be Manchester United side, no, not United now, Arsenal, going away from home to play against Chelsea, and that will be a very big game and a dicey one to look into. But until now, we have to go, and it's time for me. Stay here, don't go. More interesting programs coming your way. We've got you so much covered on this. My name is Kizzy K. Good morning, beautiful Lagos City. Peace out.